Earlier, we had a look at the widgets category, and I was explaining that you can customize your widgets. You can even add in extra widgets to really customize the look of your blog. Well, I want to take a moment and very briefly anyway, introduce you to the idea of WordPress plugins. Now, what a plugin is like an add-on or like an extra that you can add on to your blog. And it really, if you can imagine it, there's someone who's created a WordPress plugin to do it, if you follow what I mean. Let's say, for example, you have a Flickr account and you want to include some photos from your Flickr account on your WordPress blog. Well, lots of people have created their own WordPress plugins to do exactly that. Or let's say, for example, you want to include some video from YouTube on your WordPress blog. Well, someone's created a plugin to do that as well. So again, if you can think it up, I'll betcha that someone has figured out how to do it with WordPress. And plugins really are what have set WordPress apart from some of the other blogging tools that are available online. This idea, this ability to expand and customize your blog to suit your own tastes is really what makes WordPress so cool. Okay, so let me show you the administration panel for handling your plugins, and later on we'll get into installing some plugins and activating them and getting them to work on our blog. So again, I'm just kind of giving you the lay of the land here. So at this point, let's go ahead and click on plugins over on the left-hand side inside the menu there on the left, of course. And that'll bring us into our plugins screen, into the installed view anyway. And we have two plugins that have been added to our WordPress blog by default. We have one called Akismet, and what it will do is it will check your comments against the Akismet web service to see if they look like spam or not. This is a great way to keep spam out of your comments and off of your blog, so I would highly recommend that you use this guy. We'll get into working with him in a little while. And then the other guy that we have is kind of a fun plugin called Hello Dolly. This is not just a plugin, it symbolizes the hope and enthusiasm of an entire generation summed up in two words sung most famously by Louis Armstrong, Hello Dolly. So when activated, when this plugin is activated, you will randomly see a lyric from Hello Dolly in the upper right of your admin screen on every page. So just a fun plugin that you can include inside your WordPress blog anyway, if you want. So this is the screen where we would see all of our installed plugins, and from this screen what we can do is we can activate the plugins. So we might have a plugin installed that isn't actually activated or being used just yet. So you can see both of my plugins still need to be activated. I can also edit my plugins from this view if I want, and I can also delete them if I want as well. Now, the other thing that I can do is I can go and add in a new plugin, and we're going to be adding in a lot of plugins here during our time together. I'm going to go ahead and click on Add New just to show you this screen here. So I go ahead and click on Add New, and that brings me to this screen where I can go and search for additional plugins. Let's say, for example, I'm looking for a plugin that's going to help me out with some search engine optimization. So I might type that into this search field here. I could type in search engine optimization or SEO, and then click on Search Plugins, and I'd be given back a results page, right? Or what I could do is down towards the bottom is I could use this tag cloud to go and browse through some of the different available plugins. For example, maybe I want to look for some CSS plugins or some graphic related plugins or plugins related to my pages or posts and so on, right? But as I say, we're going to get into working with plugins in quite a large capacity in just a little while. Last but not least, we also have a plugin editor down underneath the plugins menu on the left-hand side where you can actually come in and edit the code for your plugin. Now, sometimes you need to do that if you need to kind of hack apart one of your plugins or get a plugin to do something that you want it to do, and you have to kind of customize it a little bit. But honestly, I really don't mess around with this too much myself, but I do know that it's there if I have to use it.